in my computer. Here, hold on a second. Can you hear me now, Mom?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Now we should be live. Now. Okay, so Mom, do you see anything now?
No.
You don't see any notification that I'm streaming live?
No.
No? Charles, can you hear me? Sorry, it's my other friend. Charles, you can't... Oh, my God. Oh, so Charles, you can hear me, right? Which means, Mom, you should be able to see that I'm live streaming now. I have a friend, he can hear me. I'm talking to him, and he can hear me, which means you should also be able to hear me talking to you through your computer if you go to the live stream. Mom.
Well,
go to my homepage.
I just see your old one here.
Okay, refresh. Do you know how to refresh?
No.
Okay. Charles, I want you to do me a favor. Can you see, now that I'm looking at my graphic novel, can you actually see it like I'm displaying it? Just the cover. I'm zooming in. Can you see that? Okay, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to let you go. I don't know why. It could be because of an older computer, a slower connection. Could be connectivity.
Don't worry. You go ahead and show Charles, and we'll work it out.
Okay, thank you, Mom. Take care.
Good luck.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
So, Charles, if you can hear me, can you text me? Or could you... Okay, if anybody is watching, I apologize for the technical issues. We're still sort of troubleshooting this whole live stream thing. Okay. Okay, so if anybody is watching, which I hope people are, I'm now going to resume now that I figured out how to do this. Here we go. Architecture department.
Say please.
Architecture department. Book 1, The Waters. Written and drawn by Matthew Brown. The whole of the cosmos, embraced within the 8 directions, is said to be gathered together within the 5 kroshas of the city of Kashi. Moreover, Kashi not only gathers up and condenses everything that is auspicious and blessed in this world into a single place, Kashi also transcends this world. Kashi's true location is described as high above the earth on Shiva's trident. When the waters of the Pralaya, universal dissolution after one of the vast eons of time, swell to engulf the whole of creation, they do not touch Kashi. Dhyana Ek, Benares, City of Light. And the waters prevailed and increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high mountains that were under the whole heaven were covered. The Holy Scriptures, Genesis. Each of my designs seeks to capture with the utmost rigor a single concrete moment of a fleeting image in all its nuances. To the extent to which one manages to capture that fleeting quality of reality, the design will emerge more or less clearly. And the more precise it is, the more vulnerable it will be. Alvaro Siza, on my work. Out here in the perimeter, there are no stars. Jim Morrison. Drawing again? You can't raise a family on drawing, Bagel. Not just drawing, Dad. Designing, building, architecture. How is that going to put bread on the table, Bagel? We need buildings, Dad. A building is an important civic contribution to the quality of our lives. A building must be beautiful. It must speak the truth of its materials, and it must serve society's needs. It has to beat with a human heart. Bagel, where did you get these ideas from? Books? I told you, Bismillah, we should never have given him any books. Stallion, take it easy on the boy. Can't you see? He has a talent, a dream. Talents, dreams. You spoiled the boy, Bismillah, with all your airy-fairy talk and books and special lessons. Meanwhile, I have to go mine beyond the perimeter every day, scraping to get by. And now the boy is too good, too delicate to join me. Architecture is for rich people. Palaces, mansions, look around you. We're poor and we'll always be poor. We live in a shack and we'll die in one too. If he doesn't start working soon like a real man, who will support this family? I'm getting old, but you'd rather have him making little drawings, dreaming, starving. I can't stand it. I've tried to explain it to you. I'm not just lying around. I'm preparing my submission to the King's Regional Perimeter Sub-Training School for Engineering and Construction. I went to the King's School for 3 years, and look where it got me. 25 years of perimeter mining for scraps and notions in the darkness. There's no escape from the perimeter, and let me tell you something else. There's no king. Stallion, don't say such things. It's blasphemy. Let the king himself come and prove me wrong. Nobody's watching us, and nobody cares. It doesn't matter, Dad. I want to be an architect, come hell or high water. If you can't accept that, then what? I'll leave. Good, go. You're a disgrace to the blue lineage, and from this day on, you're not Bagel. You're merely Bag, so get out, and don't expect to come back. No, no. Need a ride? I haven't seen you around here before. I ply the waters. Where are you going? Top of the tower. That's 1,000,000 miles away. In some ways. And you're dressed up as the king. Is that some sort of joke? Time will tell. Speaking of which, it's getting late. We've got to move. Are you coming? I forgot. I don't have any money. You can owe me.
Pom-poms. Call pom-pom, please. Pom-pom. Pom-pom. Oh. Pom-pom.
I love the water. Yeah. The water is the key. Yeah. Try and forget about your folks. Yeah.
Pom-pom.
Huh? Hold the key for people's vehicles. Keep the tips. Enjoy the stars. See you soon. K. ST Parking Garage. Yeah. Can you see the man looking at the stars? Tea and 3 samosas, please.
Bye, Pop.
Mm-hmm.
Play ball. Play ball.
Yeah. Playing in the mud? It's you. I was just working on some urban renewal schemes for Perimeter Node 332, Outpost 718317.
Pom-pom.
A monument to all the lost perimeter miners in the public square, bordered by the new hospital, library, and school for literacy, health, and nutrition, with a park to tie the whole community together. All very well. And now, if you don't mind, please wash your hands off and put these on. Why? Alfuski. Huh? Architecture office for universal space and configuration imaging. You start classes there this morning. I thought I had to go to the King's Regional Perimeter Sub-Training School for Engineering and Construction first. Special deal. Today only. Peasant duds won't cut it on the first day of class, I'm afraid. On the second day, nobody will notice. Keep your head up, kid. I expect great things from you. I think this guy's father just dropped him off. Hold on. Was that your father? I'm not really sure who he is. So cute. Okay, I better go. This new guy looks completely lost, and I think it's time for class in 5 minutes. I'm Strinkit. I'm Bag. I'm here for Alfuski for the orientation? Of course, like everybody else. Are you coming in or not, Bag? You're not from around here, are you? I'm from the perimeter. Node 332, Outpost 718317. Oh, wow. I've never met anyone from the perimeter before. Do you know anybody here? No. Do you have a girlfriend? No. Good, since you better say goodbye to beds and hot showers for the next 10 months like all of us did in undergrad. All we ever saw was each other. Alfuski is so incestuous. Welcome, gathered Alfuski technicians in training. Polite applause. I'll make it short, since the road ahead is long, and the espresso machine is broken. Scattered laughter. Before we begin, I want to congratulate you. You are the creme de la creme, the elite of the elite, having savagely beaten out literally hundreds of thousands of other applicants. Mostly from the inner ring, but extending throughout the farm sectors, the mountain and desert regions, the quaint backward river folk with their esoteric weaving customs, and this year we've even had a successful applicant from beyond the urban veil, past the tattered filaments of the rural skein, and the tangled tendrils of the humid jungles, and even transgressing the filthy borders of the savage throw rug, the perimeter. I hope he stops talking soon so we can start working on our projects. Before handing the floor to my esteemed colleagues, allow me to introduce myself. I am Alfuski, Trainer-in-Chief Rect Podge. I have been practicing architecture and paracosmic infrastructure cognizing for half a century, but of course my taste in wine is timeless. Scattered laughter. First up to my left is Alfuski trainer Sir Prenctor Hoopalot, who will kindly lead the charge. When I sit here looking at all of you, I don't see students. I don't see architects. I don't even see human beings. I see losers. Posers, wannabes, like I was when I started at Alfuski 20 years ago. But it's not your fault, really. You don't know how to dress like architects. You've all had too much sleep and too little money. I smell your insecurity, your arrogance, your fear. All of them will have to evaporate or else blown to such extravagance that they eclipse even the blasting sun of our own effulgent genius. I will now introduce our team leader, an industry trailblazer in her own right, a demigoddess of the architecture firmament, author of several serialized volumes of scholarly and analytical inquiry, consummate illuminator of the ignorant and uplifter of design standards across all the sectors, regions, rivers, deserts, jungles, and borders, Alfuski trainer Snoopeld Binoxipad.
Funny.
You all haven't worked hard enough. Thanks for that timely and inspirational reminder, Snoopeld. The brief is simple. A catastrophic flood event terminally compromises the world's services. Devise and or design an interim world to redeploy human, animal, vegetable, and mineral systems until such time as they can resume their normal or altered programs. Check the wall behind me for your team assignments. You have 72 hours to impress us. So, it looks pretty simple. All we have to do is design a world. She and I already know each other, so we're going to break off into our own group. Then we can all meet back here and decide who's going to put all the parts together and who's going to do the talking. Why don't we all introduce ourselves first and maybe talk a bit about the background we have? Okay. I'm Sprat Hodge. I've been working in architecture firms since I could crawl, and I'm suitably proficient in 18 computer drafting, imaging, and prototyping systems. My family comes from Farm Sector 95. I'm Polyethanese Herbites, same like Sprat. I guess I've been drafting on computers since I could speak. I won a few awards for sexiest / most technologically conspicuous storage hut at the Ace Paragon Super Mall in Farm Sector 19 last year, but that was kind of recho. No big deal. I'm from Desert Region 3. Oh, cool. I designed 3 of the entry mammoths and all 813,000 display legs for the Ace Paragon Super Mall. I'm Blumosaur Panoplismus. I'm passionate about built farm and the good life. Bork Van Pinso. I'm an artist. I work in steel. I am Punk Pocket. I have studied clinical fenestration and overreactive material systems. I have degrees in silicon recommunication and information incubation technologies. I am comfortable with computers. I'm Bag. I'm from the perimeter.
Papa.
You tell me.
I've been drawing for my whole life. About 5 years ago, I discovered architecture, and since then, I've been educating myself with as many books as I could find. And recently, I sculpted a whole model city proposal to redesign perimeter node 332, outpost 718-317. What programs do you draw with? Bongo Cat, Crave It, 40 plots? By hand. Is he being intentionally ironic? Okay, everybody, let's get to work. We've got a competition to win.
Oi.
How's it going, Bag? Fine, Bloomosaur. How are you?
Let's go upstairs.
Once the first idea arrives, I'm off to the races. Uh-huh. It's just that first idea, you know. Sometimes I've got to jig a little bit, you know? Uh-huh. Can I tell you a secret? Sure. My grandfather was from the perimeter. Really? Which node? He never said. But he used to say there were a lot of exotic ladies there, and they used to make human pyramids. The perimeter's a big place. Pyramids? That's it. Okay, I've got to go. See you, Bag. Okay, good luck. You are drawing everything by hand? Yeah. I've got to draw all these windows in. It's taking me forever. Why don't you use a computer? I kind of like the handmade effect, you know? Would you like my protein cube? I cannot finish. Sure, thanks. Either of you guys have a light? Why don't you heat beam it with the laser slicer? Good idea. Why don't you come and show me how to do that? And he was like, oh my god. Really? Of course. He's the sexiest junior Alfuski trainer, and she was just not technical enough, and she was like blushing uncontrollably. Oh my god. I know. Hi, Bag. Hi, Polly. Hi, Sprat. What are you doing? These are my process models. They help me get an idea of how to evolve a project's mass using archetypal form and void relationships. I'm kind of trying to establish a dynamic tension between the program's celebratory and mourning aspects in this site, which is the void, right? I don't get it. These are kind of messy, but we can use them at the end for like process and stuff. Are you hungry, Bag? We're all ordering out for Mushi. No, thanks. Okay. So, she was really blushing? Oh, totally, but that's not all. Then he comes up right behind her and puts his hand on her. Gah! Hi, Bag, what are these? Hi, Strinket, these are my process models. They look so angry. Did you order out for Mushi? They got it from Sea-Sense. I like Mushi Songstars better for their inner river rolls with penguin flakes, but Sea-Sense does have better combination platters. What do you think? I'm okay, Strinket. Nothing for me, thanks. Attention, attention. Teams are asked to present in 10 minutes. We will have a very special guest critic. Please make us look good. Okay, everybody. Polly and I printed out all the info scrolls. Park Van, we can use your sculpture to display them on. Punk, I know your model's not finished, but can we pull it out of the convexer anyway? Yes, Brad. I have an idea. We build a giant luxury fur pyramid from the pelts of endangered species. They're still alive, but maybe at the end of Bloomosaur, if we have time. Bag, what have you got? The drawing I've been working on depicts the common typologies of our world colliding into a gravitational center, which creates a kind of centrifugal juxtaposed inheritance for humankind to... I don't get it. Okay, Bag, you know a lot of big words. You can do the talking. Let's go. I'd like you all to join us in welcoming our surprise guest critic, who has taken time from his busy schedule of devising and collapsing galaxies to grace us with his presence. Please put your hands together for Alfuski's founder, Mr. King. Never mind me. Please carry on. Let's see that group. Our group's project is like deliberately ironic. It references spinning and the smoothness of the world's surface as like hermetic. Looking back, there are hidden drops that reveal a discontinuity to where the window to the past happens. Looking to the future, however, no breaks are visible. Just smoothness. There is a frictionless seduction to your proposition. It might work if you push it a little further. Very nice. Let's see this group. Our solution is diagrammatic and deconstructional, delamination. We've pulled apart the three essential characteristics of a world: sky, earth, and as a connecting element and demarcation between them, water. Effective, terse, I like that. The water is interesting, the rest is banal. Very nice. Where is the last group? Imagine, if you will, a luxury fur pyramid made from the pelts of... Never mind that, folks. Blumasaur just wanted to warm up the crowd with a few jokes. Bag will introduce our project. I don't know what to say. Our project is like bubble. And this is like a bubble covering the world to protect it. That's infantile. Yes, exactly. To protect the infants. Is that your only model? Yes, it shows how the world is like protected with everything inside. Isn't that a takeout container from C-Sense Mushi? We sanded it in the convexer. This is no bubble. It's merely a neo-consumerist bauble. I don't think they're being deliberately ironic. Did only the two girls do any work? Those aren't the only models and drawings we have. Why didn't you start with these? Explain yourselves. What is your premise? And please, no bubbles or baubles. The world as we know it spins around the critical center, the tower. Everything emanating from that singularity all the way out to the perimeter pushes back inwards. However, in a sense, the world really only lives in our minds, as a cluster of remembered spaces and emotions with related typologies spinning around our egos. Moving to the center of our egos, we transcend the small self and stand at the top of the tower, witnessing the whole pattern spreading in concentric circles from the tower at the center, rising between the entwined outer and inner rivers which flow and diverge into ever finer filaments, past the perimeter and into the void. Please, Baggy, you can skip the whole geography lesson. What's this about standing at the top of the tower? Nobody's ever up there. The whole upper tower is just a parking garage. All there is at the top is like a ticket kiosk. I've seen it. I know, I used to live in there. I thought you were from the perimeter? Yes, but I took a boat to the top of the tower. Ha 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 ha! Baggy, this isn't preschool. The utilitarian parking garage structure assumes meaning only from a distance. You've privileged an exquisite decoy. I'm disappointed. Your drawing shows promise. However, past some gestural proficiency and a certain liveliness, there's no cohesive geometry in your proposition. What you've done is expressive observation, not architecture. With all due respect, I think design has to start with observation of the site, a sensitivity to its archetypal impulses, then trusting our subconscious creative response. As Alvaro Siza says, observation is the most important exercise for the architect. The more we observe, the closer we come to the nature of things. Structure comes from this internal process to serve the full spectrum of human needs. As Peter Zumthor says, the essential substance of the architecture we seek proceeds from feeling and insight. Precious moments of intuition result from patient work. With the sudden emergence of an inner image, a new line in a drawing, the whole design changes and is newly formulated within a fragment of a second. And as Glenn Murcutt says, we do not create the work. I believe, in fact, we are discoverers. Who are these people? I've never heard of them. Maybe they're from the perimeter? Ha 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 ha! Quiet down, everyone. Mr. King, we don't want to take up any more of your precious time. Not at all. The pleasure has been all mine. Thanks, everyone. However, I do have an appointment to keep at the top of the tower. Ha 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 ha! Don't take it too badly, Bag. Keep your chin up. After 30 years or so, you may develop some degree of competence. Thanks. Bagel, do you have a moment? I'd like to offer you a job. As what? A parking lot attendant? I'm obviously a failure as an architect. Thanks for backing me up in there, by the way. Not. When we're under a bit of a deadline, you'll just have to learn as you go. You're flexible, though, aren't you? I can't use computers or digital convectors. I'm working from ruins and chaos and garbage and sticks in there. Meet me on the roof in 30 minutes. Bring a raincoat and a flashlight. Hi, Bag. Hi, Strinket. Are you okay? Oh, yeah, just a rough crit. They're all like that. I guess you're used to them by now. For sure. Did your dad like it? My dad? Oh, I'm not sure. Are you going to come out drinking with us? Maybe, but I have to go buy a raincoat and a flashlight first. Would you like to come along? You're such a weird kid, but sure. The rain is really coming down. You were right, Bag. What are you going to do now? Go get drunk at the Pine. That's what we always do after every crit. Aren't you coming? I have to go up on the roof a bit first. Would you care to join me? I like you, Bag. I like you too. You remind me of my sister. See you later at the Pine. Oh my god. Are you accepting the job offer? This boiled and baked dough circle represents the city of Benares, also known as Varanasi, where we happen to be headed right now. An island in the flood, or the untouched sacred middle, which is in the world but not of it. I'm going to call it a bagel from now on. After you. Tie the boat to the antenna for a moment. Where are we? You don't recognize your old home? We're on top of the ST parking garage? Yup. Shiva's Trident parking garage. What's happened to the rest of the world? Taking a bath. But where is everything? Gone. What about all the people? As Buddha says, gone, gone, gone beyond. But it was bound to happen sooner or later. But everyone's lives, their dreams are destroyed. As Nisargadatta Maharaj says, the only way to renewal lies through destruction. You must melt down the old jewelry into formless gold before you can mold a new piece. Only the people who have gone beyond the world can change the world. What am I going to do? Rebuild! Rebuild with what? Everything's gone! You've been working from the void all your life. As Lao Tzu says, Stephen Mitchell translation, the world is formed from the void, like utensils from a block of wood. The master knows the utensils, but keeps to the block. Thus she can use all things. Ah, there it is, the column of light, right on time. I must confess, this part always makes me nervous. Varanasi appears in a different form every time the epoch changes. In this yuga, it's an island. Excuse me, is this the way to Benares? It certainly is, sir. Thanks, dear. Their son will also work for me someday. You'll have everything that you need to work here, Bagel. Archie, my dear, this is Bagel. He'll be tired after his long trip. Sweet dreams. It's been 24 hours. Time to wake up. Ready to design a new world, Bagel? You've got 1 week. I'm not really sure where to start. Why don't you take a walk around the city after breakfast to get some ideas?
Can you count?
So, how do you like our Benares? It's amazing. I finally feel like I'm home. I mean, everything is here. The memories of humanity, the darkness, the sudden light, the heart, the... Typologies of Varanasi. Steps, temples, water, galleries, doorways, gates, alleys, courtyards, voids in center, shrines, openings into vista after compression. Kashi, Varanasi, Benares, area of liberation, Kashi Mandala, koshas or sheaths, ether, sky, earth, air, water, fire, Sri Yantra, diagram or machine of the divine, fire, water, air, earth, sky.
Yay! Oopsie.
It takes Kashi Mandala's sacred cosmogram, expressed in built form in Varanasi, as the three concentric pilgrimage routes, representing the journey from gross manifestation to the subtle and causal levels of reality, and finally the heart, the absolute true nature of non-dual bliss, extracting a new world from the five sheaths and the Sri Yantra meditational diagram in 3 dimensions, moving inwards and upwards, both literally and figuratively, through the successive sacred zones, to the pinnacle of realizing and integrating one's inner identity of personal consciousness with the immanent universal God consciousness, with Varanasi hovering above it, forever suspended outside time and space and the illusion of duality. And it has green space. Interesting. But the pilgrimage paths that define Varanasi's sacred zones aren't symmetrically perfect in real life. That's just convenient in diagrammatic representation. It's the same with the Sri Yantra. It does resemble a structure or building in actual space, but it is in fact a representation to aid understanding and align inner energies. It was never meant as a literal home for inhabiting. All of these sacred contemplative diagrams and forms have been ritualized through millennia of use and convention, but their actuality is experiential. Unpredictable, uncontrollable, and inconceivable. I don't know, Bagel. This is much too thought out, too deliberate. There's too much symmetry, too much order. You're being too rational, too uptight. But, have you ever followed your heart? If not, how can you expect people to live in it? I'll be back in 1 hour. Have you eaten yet? Fuck! Oh! Bagel? How is it? Archie, is it ready? Perfect. This is more like it. Good work, Bagel. Thank you, sir. Well done, Archie. Thanks, Dad. Take a break, you two. There will be lots more to do soon.
Hey, gentle. Minor gentle comment.
The end. I hope you appreciated it.